Chapter number 3. The State Government. Last year we discussed about 3 levels of government in India: central, state and local, and did a thorough study of how local bodies function. This year we will discuss about the government at the state level. Our constitution clearly defines the power of the state governments and the extent of its authority. Laws for governing the state are made by its legislative assembly. The procedure of making and passing laws is called legislation. A legislature is a formally chosen body of people empowered with the authority to make rules and regulations. Legislature at the state level is either unicameral or bicameral. Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly is the lower house, while Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council is the upper house. Except Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh, all other states have unicameral legislature. State. Legislative Assembly, non-permanent house elected for 5 years. Legislative Council, permanent house, 1/3 members retire every 2nd year. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Chairman, Deputy Chairman. Members of Legislative Assembly, MLA. Members of Legislative Council, MLC. Legislative Council. Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council exists only in 6 states. Member of a Legislative Council, that is, MLCs, are indirectly elected. The council comprises of 1/3 members elected by MLAs, 1/3 members elected by local bodies, 1/12 by graduates living in the state, 1/12 by teachers of secondary schools, colleges and universities, and remaining 1/6 nominated by the governor. Since it is a permanent body, only 1/3 members retire every 2nd year. Every member has a tenure of 6 years. The meetings of the House are presided over by the chairman and, in his absence, by the deputy chairman. Legislative Assembly. For the sake of elections, states are divided into smaller areas known as constituencies. Registered voters of the region elect one representative from each constituency to the Legislative Assembly. They then become member of Legislative Assembly, that is, MLAs. These MLAs belong to different political parties, that is, an organized group of people with a common objective. The number of seats in Legislative Assembly depends on the population of a state. The Constitution defines that it should not be more than 500 or less than 60. In addition, if the Anglo-Indian community is inadequately represented, the governor can nominate a member. The political party that wins more than half the constituencies in the election is said to be in majority. This party forms the government and is called the ruling party. For example, recently assembly elections were held in Uttar Pradesh for the 403 seats. Since the Samajwadi Party, that is SP, won 224 seats, it emerged as the ruling party in the 2012 assembly elections. At times, one single party does not get a majority, so it allies with 2 or more like-minded parties to form a government. Such a government is called a coalition government. The rest of the members elected to the assembly are called opposition. In this case, Bahujan Samaj Party, that is BSP, was the major opposition party as it won 80 seats. The Legislative Assembly normally has tenure of 5 years. However, under special circumstances, it can be dissolved earlier. All meetings of the Legislative Assembly are presided over by the Speaker or, in his absence, by the Deputy Speaker. Besides taking votes on issues, the Speaker or the Deputy Speaker maintain order in the House. After the declaration of election results, the Governor invites the leader of the majority party to form a government. The MLAs of the majority party elect a leader who becomes the Chief Minister. After the 2012 Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, the MLAs of Samajwadi Party chose Akhilesh Yadav as their leader and he became the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister selects his ministers, allocates portfolios, and coordinates the function of various departments. The ministers who head various departments represent the government in the Legislative Assembly and are responsible for the execution of the laws. The Chief Minister and other ministers are collectively responsible for running the affairs of the government efficiently. The Governor is the nominal head of the state and is appointed for 5 years by the President. He is the representative of the central government and oversees the working of the state government. Functionaries of a state. The Governor is the nominal head of a state and is appointed by the President for a period of 5 years. The term can be extended or the Governor can be removed any time by the President. A Governor is to the state as President is to the nation. All bills passed by state legislature have to be approved and signed by the Governor. The Chief Minister is the real head of the state. She or he advises the Governor on the Council of Ministers to be selected and their number. The Chief Minister assigns portfolios to the Minister and appoints a Deputy Chief Minister if required. The Council of Ministers, including the Chief Minister, cannot be more than 15% of the numbers of Legislative Assembly. The Council is divided into 3 categories: Cabinet Ministers, Ministers of State, and Deputy Ministers. A Cabinet Minister can hold 1 or more portfolios and is assisted by the Minister of State and or Deputy Minister. The MLAs meet in the Vidhan Sabha. Several meetings of the Vidhan Sabha takes place over the next 5 years. At every sitting, several matters concerning the state are discussed, debated, and many decisions are taken which include how much sales tax should be paid on various items, whether it should be more on matchboxes or on oil, whether a concession should be given for fertilizers or not, how panchayats should be formed and other such topics. In these meetings, the MLAs often put questions to the government and the concerned minister replies. Somebody would ask, "Prices are rising sharply. What are you doing about this?" To which the finance minister would have to give a reply, if it were asked, "In how many primary schools of the state is there a shortage of teachers? What are you doing about this?" Then the education minister would reply. Some MLAs would be satisfied by the answers, while others may not be. The Speaker coordinates these discussions. The Speaker's job is to ensure that everybody gets time to present their opinion and the MLAs listen to each other peacefully. It is up to the Speaker to decide which issue could be discussed in what order. How a law is implemented. The law is published in a book called the Gazette and is sent to government officials like the collector. Then on, it is the collector's responsibility to ensure the implementation of law. Function of the government. In the Assembly, the MLAs make, amend and ratify laws. A bill, proposal for a new law or to amend an existing one can be introduced in any house. Members then debate on it, make changes and finally vote on it. When both houses approve it, the bill is sent for the governor's assent. Once he signs, it becomes a law. This clearly indicates that the chief minister and his ministers not only make laws but are also accountable to the people. They implement laws relating to agriculture, public work, law and order, revenue through various departments. For example, to deal with water crisis, the government can direct the municipalities to install bore wells in the area or channelize water from the nearest source to that area by laying pipelines or by cleaning and disinfecting wells in the surrounding areas. This also highlights that besides being answerable to the opposition party in the assembly, the government is also answerable to the media who questions the actions of the government on behalf of the people, to which the government responds by holding press conferences. In democracy, people elect their representatives and send them to the assembly. If people are unhappy with the working of the government, they can voice their displeasure and can demand a change in the laws.